channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before we get started, if you see all these lovely people here on the side of the screen, that is from my Twitch live stream. I stream on Twitch pretty much every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're ever bored, please feel free to join us. We have a great time. Today's video is actually quite a bit serious, and so, you know, Dr. John, YouTubeology PhD, is here for the video, okay? So today we're actually talking about something that's been in the news, the news, not just the YouTube news, and I think it's kind of interesting, and there's a lot of layers to it, kind of like an onion. So today we're going to be talking about mainly going over an article that I saw on today.com. I don't know. Okay, it was sent to me, all right? I don't scroll through today.com, be honest, okay? But whatever, all right? But it is about a congressman's wife who actually passed away, and suspected part of the death was some sort of weight loss thing that was kind of in their body, right? So we'll get into it, but again, it's kind of a serious thing, and we're going to be reading an article, so I'm trying to flex that I can read, actually. But without further ado, let's get into it, alrighty? All right, so this is the article right here. Congressman's wife died after taking herbal remedy marketed for weight loss and diabetes. Lori McClintock, the wife of Republican Tom McClintock, California, died from dehydration as a result of gastroenteritis, I think, caused by white mulberry leaf, according to a coroner's report. So this is them right here. So, Sacramento, California, the wife of Northern California congressman died late last year after ingesting a plant that is generally considered safe and is used as an herbal remedy for a variety of ailments, including diabetes, obesity, and high cholesterol, KHN has learned. So, KHN is who first, I think, published this article, and so Kaiser Health News. So, if you see that, that's what they're talking about. Laura McClintock, the wife of, they say it 4 times. Okay, yes, we know this. Okay, dehydration due to gastroenteritis, and inflammation of the stomach and intestines that was caused by adverse effects of white mulberry leaf ingestion, according to a report from the Sacramento County Coroner that is dated March 10th, but was not immediately released to the public. KHN obtained that report in addition to the autopsy report and an amended death certificate containing an updated cause of death in July. The coroner's office ruled her death an accident. The original death certificate dated December 20th, 2021, listed her cause of death as pending. Tom McClintock, a Republican who represents a district that spans multiple counties in Northern and Central California, found his 61-year-old wife unresponsive in their Elk Grove, California home on December 15th, 2021, according to a coroner's report. He had just returned from Washington, D.C. after voting in Congress the night before. Honestly, could not imagine that. That would be horrifying. It's unclear from the autopsy report whether Laura McClintock took a dietary supplement containing white mulberry leaf, ate fresh or dried leaves, or drank them in a tea. But a partially intact white mulberry leaf was found in her stomach, according to the report. So basically what they're talking about here is you can get this like at supplement stores, right, in pill form, and that's what most people are taking it. But you can also obviously probably buy full leaves and eat them, which I guess would be kind of weird, but you can make teas out of it. And so, you know, they found parts of this supplement, or it's just a leaf, right, that was in her body. It's unclear. Oh, wait, I already read that. Yeah. McClintock's death underscores the risks of the vast, booming market of dietary supplements and herbal remedies, which have grown into a $54 billion industry in the United States, one that both lawmakers and healthcare experts say needs more government scrutiny. This has been something, if you've been in the fitness industry for a while, that has been talked about for a very long time, because there are so many supplement companies that pop up out of nowhere that claim to be totally fine and totally safe, and a lot of times there are very adverse effects. Or if you are following any sort of sports where people can get in trouble for steroids, most people will say, it must have been in a supplement I took. How could it begin in that? Because the regulations of these supplements and these herbal remedies, right, are it's much less that they have to deal with than if you are food or a drug, right? So, like, there is just a lot less that has to be dealt with. And then especially drugs are very, very highly scrutinized. And even those, as we have known in America, people get in trouble with, and there are adverse effects from those all the time. So imagine supplements, even less scrutiny, there can be even more problems, right? Many people assume that if a product is sold in the United States of America, somebody has inspected it and it must be safe. Unfortunately, that is not always true. U.S. Senator Richard Durbin said to the Senate floor this spring when he introduced legislation to strengthen oversight of dietary supplements. I am definitely a fan of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It might mean that supplements are a little bit more expensive because, of course, supplement companies are like, well, we have to do all this testing, so now we have to make supplements more expensive, right? Capitalism, right? Daniel Fabricant, CEO and president of the Natural Products Association, which represents the dietary supplements industry, questioned whether McClintock's death was related to a supplement. It's completely speculative. There's a science to this. It's not just what a coroner feels, says Fabricant, who oversaw dietary supplements in the FDA during the Obama administration. People, unfortunately, pass from dehydration every day, and there's a lot of different reasons and a lot of different causes. That is very true. I mean, let's be honest, right? This is one death, and yes, this supplement was found in her system, but I will venture to say it is very likely that it could have just been a freak. It just happened, right? So I'm not here. I know that you guys might think I'm a detective because I look like a detective with the clothes that I wear, very detective-like outfits that I put on my body. But I'm not a detective. And so I can't say whether or not that's the truth or not. But I think that there's a better conversation about should supplement companies and supplements be more regulated, which I would think that most people would say, yeah, probably, right? Fabricant said it would have been ideal had the coroner or the family reported her death to the FDA so the agency could have launched an investigation. Such reports are voluntary, and it's not clear whether anyone reported her death to the agency. So basically, the FDA isn't going to look into anything unless someone's like, hey, I think that someone, like, there was some sort of issue with a drug or that's why they died, right? And so the FDA is not going to look into it. So apparently, and obviously this happened last year, so a little too far gone now. The FDA spokesperson, Courtney Rhodes, said the agency does not discuss possible or ongoing investigations. So, I mean, hey, maybe they do. Who knows? The FDA, Fabricant added, has a system in place to investigate deaths that might be linked to supplements or drugs. It's casework, he said. It's good old-fashioned police work that needs to be done. Tom McClintock has remained mostly silent about his wife's death since he released a statement on December 19, 2021, announcing it and gave tribute to her January 4th funeral. Until now, the cause of death had not been reported. Tom McClintock, contacted multiple times by phone and email. Wednesday was not immediately available for comment. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to be available for comment either. At his wife's funeral, McClintock told the mourners that she was fine when he spoke with her the other day before he returned. She had told a friend that she was on a roll at a new job she loved in Sacramento real estate office. He said she was carefully dieting. She just joined the gym, he said. At home, she was counting down the days to Christmas. This part is pretty sad, honestly. Wrapping all of the gifts and making all the plans to make the best family Christmas ever. And it would have been very sad. According to the coroner's report, however, the day before her death, she had complained of an upset stomach. Sacramento County spokesperson Kim Nava said via email Wednesday that the law prohibits the coroner's office from discussing many details of specific cases. As part of any death investigation, the office attempts to locate and review medical records and speak to the family/witnesses to establish events leading up to and surrounding a death, she said. If any medications or supplements are found in the scene, or if pertinent information in the person's medical records, those are passed along to the pathologist to help establish cause of death, Nava said. Any information the office obtains from medical records can't be disseminated to a third party except by court order, she said. The leaves and fruit of the white mulberry tree, which is native to China, have been used for centuries in traditional medicine. Academic studies over the past decade have found that the extract from its leaves can lower blood sugar levels and help with weight loss. People take it in capsule or pill form as an extract or powder. They can also brew leaves as an herbal tea. Lori McClintock's reaction seems unusual. No deaths from the white mulberry plant have been reported to poison control officials in the past 10 years, according to the American Association of Poison Control Centers. So obviously, this is not something that is a huge pressing issue that tons of people are struggling with, right? Again, I want to make that clear. I'm not saying that, white mulberry leaf is it's going to kill everybody. That's not how I feel at all. Since 2012, 148 cases of white mulberry plant ingestion were voluntarily reported to poison control officials nationally, most involving accidental ingestion by children 12 or under, said Caitlin Brown, clinical managing director for the association. Only one case required medical follow-up, she said. So again, it doesn't seem like it's that pressing of an issue, right? I agree. While poison control centers track exposures to the white mulberry plant, the FDA oversees dietary supplements such as products that contain white mulberry leaf extract. Since 2004, 2 cases of people sickened by mulberry supplements have been reported to the FDA, according to the database that tracks adverse events. It relies heavily on voluntary reports from healthcare professionals and consumers. At least one of those cases led to hospitalization. White mulberry leaf can have side effects including nausea, and diarrhea. According to research, independent lab tests ordered by the coroner's office showed McClintock's body had elevated levels of nitrogen, sodium, and creatinine. I don't think that's creatine. I think it's something different. All signs of dehydration, according to the 3 pathologists who reviewed the coroner's documents, which KHN redacted to remove McClintock's name. White mulberry leaves do tend to cause dehydration as part of the uses for what can help someone lose weight, mostly through fluid loss. Well, isn't that interesting? A supplement that claims to help with weight loss actually just helps you pee more. Awesome. I'm sorry. Which in this case was just kind of excessive, said Dr. Michelle Dupree, a retired forensic pathologist and former medical examiner in South Carolina who reviewed the documents. Dietary supplements, which include a broad range of vitamins, herbs, and minerals. Herbs or herbs? What do you guys think? And minerals are regulated by the FDA. However, they are classified as food and don't undergo the rigorous scientific and safety testing the government requires prescription drugs and over-the-counter medicines. Also, pink sauce. Lawmakers aren't proposing to put supplements into the same category as pharmaceuticals, but some say they are alarmed that neither the FDA nor the industry knows how many dietary supplements are out there, making it almost impossible for the government to oversee them and punish bad actors. The FDA estimates 40,000 to 80,000 supplement products are on the market in the U.S., and industry surveys estimate 80% of Americans use them. So, I mean, that's a pretty large number, right? Legislation by Durbin and U.S. Senator Mike Braun would require manufacturers to register with the FDA to provide a public list of ingredients in their products, 2 provisions that are backed by the Council for Responsible Nutrition, another industry group that represents supplement makers. But the council is lobbying against a provision that would require supplement makers to provide consumers with the ingredient amounts or the blend in their products, something they say is akin to giving up the recipe to competitors. That's proprietary information only government regulators should have access to, said Megan Olson, the group's senior vice president and general counsel. So basically they're saying hey, we don't want everyone to know the exact ingredients in our supplements, because then basically they can just make it at home, right? Which, I mean, I guess I can understand that. I don't know, it is kind of difficult, right? At what point is being transparent about what's in your supplement just being here, just go make it yourself for cheaper, right? Because a lot of times these supplement companies, let's be honest, the stuff that they use and they put in the supplements, it's not expensive. The raw ingredients, it's the marketing that costs a lot of money, and then that's where they have to mark up their products to pay for the marketing that they're doing, right? But that's besides the point. Olson explained that the supplement manufacturers are regulated just like other food companies and are subject to strict labeling requirements and inspections by the FDA. They also must inform the agency about their adverse effects reported by consumers or doctors. Companies are testing products throughout the process, are reviewing how they're being manufactured and what's going into them, Olson said. All of that is overseen and dictated by the FDA regulation. The dietary supplement provisions were rolled into a larger Senate Health Committee bill that reauthorizes FDA programs, and senators are currently in negotiations with the House of Representatives. The Natural Products Association opposes all of the dietary supplement provisions. Don't we love when things get rolled into other things and then things don't happen because it was rolled into another thing, where one of the things said, yeah, kids should all be punched in the face or something. I don't know. That's what happens a lot of times, you know? It's great. Because dietary pills, teas, and other supplements are regulated as food products, manufacturers can't advertise them as treatments or cures for health issues, but they can make claims about how the supplements affect the body. So someone who wants to lose weight or get their diabetes under control might reach for a bottle of white mulberry leaf extract because some supplement makers advertise it as a natural remedy that can lower blood sugar levels and promote weight loss. Those kinds of claims are appealing to Americans and have been especially potent during the pandemic as people sought to boost their immune systems and fend off COVID-19, said Debbie Petitpain, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Yeah, anyone that said that is an a-hole. But dietary supplements can be dangerous and don't affect everyone the same way. Mixing supplements and prescription medicines can compound the problem, according to the FDA. I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's a plant, or, oh, it's just a vitamin. Certainly that means it's not going to hurt me. Yeah, wrong. But there's always a risk for taking anything. Facts. It's not clear why Laura McClintock was taking white mulberry leaf. Friends and family who gathered for her funeral described a vibrant, happy woman who loved her family and her work and already had wrapped Christmas presents under the tree. In mid-December, she was planning to buy a recreational vehicle with her husband in retirement. We grieve the loss and all of the things that she was looking forward to doing in all the years yet ahead, Tom McClintock told mourners. And we grieve something else because we've all lost a genuinely good person in our lives. So, again, like I said, it's not really about the one situation that happened, while it is very sad. Things like this happen every day, sadly. But I do think that it is an interesting question and an interesting conversation that I do think is, I hope, will be getting brought up more and more, because there are more and more people taking supplements. There are more and more companies out there. There are more and more people making claims, and there is dangerous stuff out there. Whether or not white mulberry leaf is one of those things, I can't say. But I do think that, it is important that we regulate this stuff at least a little bit more. Maybe we can't get it to the level of drugs, of like pharmaceuticals, which maybe that wouldn't even be a good thing anyways, right? I don't know. I don't have the answers here, but I do think that most people that are in the supplement industry that stand behind what they put out, like I was sponsored by BPN. I'm not sponsored by them anymore, right? So there's no, I don't have any skin in the game, but I know, at least I would assume that they would be 100% behind having stricter enforcement and making it harder for companies to get a product out there, right? Because I think that we want people to be safe, and it's really easy to get something out there right now. But I just wanted to share that. I just wanted to share that story. It's kind of a sad one, but I do think it opens up a conversation that I think is more important. But I would love to know what you think down in the comment section down below. Hopefully you don't have any white mulberry leaf laying around. You should avoid that. I don't know. I'm just kidding. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.